Welcome to the 8th day of the 30 Days of Love Challenge. So if you haven't heard about us, what we are doing is a 30 Days of Love Challenge, a project to work on your relationship and bring it to the next level. It's a transformative experience and it's a worksheet that you can do that is based on real coaching questions in order to be able to allow you to discover things about yourself along the way. So if you haven't heard about us, click on the link below, thirtydaysoflove.org, and get your free worksheet, and we'll see you there. Alright, so today's topic for Talkback is found on Quora, and the question is, what should I do if I feel insecure in a relationship? So when you get into a relationship, most of the time, going by natural dynamics, one of you would be more dominant in a relationship than the other, and of course the relationship will flow back and forth, so there will be times where one of you would take more precedence, will be more dominant than the other one, and it is natural for you to feel insecure in a relationship, and no one is always completely secure, and this is due to some traumas that you have, due to some childhood experiences that you have of people leaving you. This is natural. There's nothing wrong about it. In most extreme cases, people become paranoid and people become afraid of commitment in relationships. They are afraid to get hurt. But over the course of my experience in my life, I'm 29 years of age, so I wouldn't say I have that much experience in relationships, but enough experience to extrapolate that most people would have had someone leave them before, whether is it friendship or is it relationships. So that living, it becomes a form of hurt, right? And that hurt is something that people do not want to face again. So when that comes up, when the possibility and the risk of that comes up during a relationship, there is a real emotion that gets triggered, and that person starts to become insecure. And a lot of things can happen depending on what culture and what context you are in, because if you live in a culture that if a guy is clingy and the guy is needy, then the girl leaves, so that can be viewed as negative in nature. But it differs all around the world. Sometimes in some cultures people feel that a clingy guy is good, and it differs from person to person. So how should you feel when you are insecure? Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? So just realize one thing, that being insecure is normal. Alright, it's normal. Now, security is the base of every relationship, and if you do want to take the relationship far, you should use security in order to progress. Now, if you do not have any security in a base, it's very hard to be at peace, right? If you do not have a foundation for a house, how do you want to build higher, right? Insecurity, if used in a pickup artist kind of way, or if used in a relationship mind games kind of way, insecurity is powerful because it allows you to take dominance, to take control of the relationship, to make it exciting, to bring it back and forth, and to play push-pull kind of things. I wouldn't really recommend that. What I would recommend is to have a more secure relationship. If you want to make it more exciting, there are things that you can align yourself with your partner and work towards in the long run. So when we talk about security, how do you want to make yourself insecure? Basically, the very first thing is to acknowledge that there is this insecurity. You don't have to be guilty about it. You don't have to beat yourself up about it. It's normal. So just acknowledge it first. Alright, so I'm feeling insecure because he or she, my partner, is doing this, and it makes me feel insecure because there is a real risk that you're gonna leave me, and when you're gonna leave me, it's gonna hurt me, right? So acknowledging it is the first step. The second step is to voice out to your partner. Right, this is going to take a lot of courage. This is going to be nerve-wracking. Alright, if it wasn't nerve-wracking, you wouldn't be afraid of it anyways. So it's going to be nerve-wracking, but you have to be vulnerable about it. if you don't bring it up at this point in time, your partner is surely going to do the same thing again, and you're going to worry about it again the next time around. You may let it off this time, but I guarantee you it's going to come back and haunt you again. So it's always better to just acknowledge it and then bring it up to your partner. So how you would like to bring it up to your partner is really really simple. There are many simple ways to open or broach the topic with your partner. You may want to actually just say, at that point in time when you did this and this XYZ, it made me feel that I was hurt, or it made me feel that I was insulted, slighted, or I felt that you were going to leave me. So what happened in my mind was blah blah blah. So you want them to hear your point of view, and don't worry about it if you feel that they are not hearing you. Some people just have one thing go out one ear and come out the other. If you feel that she's not hearing you or he's not hearing you, ask and explain even more such that they get you, right? You do not want to let them just pass over, because the moment it gets triggered and you are triggered again and you raise it up again and you tell them, why didn't you hear from me the first time, it's going to open up a can of worms again. So just make sure that they hear you and they understand the significance and the importance of why it hurts you that way, or it makes you feel insecure, right? So and I like to repeat that again. I've said this in my previous videos before. You need to have alignment in a relationship. You need to be aligned in how the relationship should work out and should go to work towards an endpoint. And when you have that endpoint, you are ready to go further and to have a long-term relationship. So insecurity, you shouldn't delve too much into the insecurity, but if you are insecure, always acknowledge it, approach the subject, and then if you can take it even one step further, let them know, if that there is something that can be done in order to prevent this from happening again. That's to take it one step further, to be more secure in a relationship. Unless you are looking for a short-term relationship, but most of you, I don't think you are looking for short-term. You're looking for something that is long-term. Then yes, there will always be obstacles along the way. There will always be insecurity, but it's up to you to how to merge these together, how to work with your partner to move this long-term. I mean, this is based on the assumption that you like to have it long-term, right? So if you want to have it long-term, there are things that need to be ironed out. You have arguments with your family and friends, much less somebody entirely different from the entirely opposite sex, or whatever your orientation is. You like to work together, you need to align yourself, right? Or at least be acceptive of each other's point of views, such that you can work together collaboratively, right? Insecurity will arise now and then. Acknowledge it, clear it with your partner, make sure both of you understand the footings, and try not to let emotions come in the way. Emotions are something good in nature, right? It's what makes us humans, and because of emotions we are able to use it to drive ourselves further. But when emotions come in the way of communication, and communication is the basis of how you get things further, right? So if it becomes a detriment to the relationship, clear it out such that you're able to move forward better. Right, I've spoken a little bit too much again in this video itself. I hope you have gotten something from this video on relationship again, and I will hope to see you the next time. My name is Kai, or Xing Wei. You can look at 30daysoflove.org, look at the link below, and go to our website. We have people working on this worksheet together, so join us and exchange views, opinions, get support over there. Alright, so without further ado, subscribe to our channel, comment below, and then I'll see you again. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is day 8. 加油, go for it. See you.